I'll start with you. Just one, you maybe you complete your
So Professor Kusa spoke on the need for discipline, and that's where he suggested that we develop a code of discipline for the college, and other institutions can take from there. I'm just linking that to what on Saturday I was in church, and then I traveled later on in the day. So I picked up the information that you're sharing later in the evening of Saturday. And I also, combed through my media networks to understand what was going on or what had gone on. Kwadwo, it comes back to something we've been discussing here. Voter responsibility and voter entitlement. Then within that is the question of citizenship that Professor Kusa also spoke about. What does it mean to be a citizen of this country? Article 41 of our 1992 Constitution provides us a framework. The duties, part of it includes voting. Voting with conscience, voting with the aim of providing ourselves with the intellectual necessities or acumen that will build the nation. People with proven character and integrity, dedicated to their words and not saying one thing and doing the opposite. So with that, is that how voters approach the ballot? That is something we need to ask ourselves generally. What happened there is just a microcosm or a symptom of a bigger problem. And it's a problem of indiscipline. The problem of acquisitory and material-oriented politics. That what am I to get as a person materially, not in terms of the overall altruistic good for the country. As I moved from Kintampo to Kumasi, I haven't used that road for a long time. And, wow, goodness, which road in Ghana, what road network do we have? About 100 kilometers. That is okay. Ghana, today, 100 kilometers, non-stop. That is good. MPs are in parliament approving budget. And I'm wondering their constituencies. And it's not as if we do not provide budget allocations to road networks. Every budget has. But I can sit here and hazard that 70% of what is budgeted for roads end up somewhere else and not on the roads. The 30% don't end up doing the work on the road. Otherwise, how can a road constructed within less than 1 year be such in a bad state that we have to be reconstructed?
Taking Tampo to Kumasi, what you mean?
Bad roads. Bad roads. Kumasi Township, bad roads. And whilst some projects, road projects are abandoned, they are between Santasi roundabout and Ahonjo roundabout. And I plead with the authorities. They want to expand the road. Well, finish the ones that are not yet completed before you come and do the expansion. I like the demolition that has taken place. But I'm saying all these things to ask ourselves that what motivates our choice of people we vote for to go to parliament, who we vote for to become president of the republic. Is it guided by who can stand and say that if we have budgeted 10 million for roads, 10 million should go into road construction, not the other way around, where we will budget 10 million, you go and check the actual work done, the quality of the work, and you can say that definitely this is not 10 million work.
So how does it relate to what happened in...
So I'm bringing it that this is just a symptom. How we go in for what we want today. People are complaining about sharing of TV, sets, money. Which of the candidates there was innocent of it? If you don't do it, they won't vote. The last one we heard, I think, was it last 2 weeks or last week? We heard that a particular constituency said that if they had not received some envelopes from a particular candidate, they won't go and vote. and they delayed in going to vote. Voter entitlement. That people assume that because I'm electing you and you are going to be in a position to grab more, I must take something from you before. It kills quality and good people from going into this, because we are not willing to go and do that. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do that. So if you are not willing to do that, you sit back. Those who are willing to do that are the ones who have a different agenda. And our space will be filled by that. That said, I am really wondering what is happening within the NDC. The confusion between the presidency, the party headquarters, and their caucus in parliament.
Is there any
First,
confusion?
there was a statement issued by the party office that they were going to investigate what had happened. Subsequent to that, a letter was issued that a committee had been formed. Well ahead of the committee getting to work, the presidency issues a statement and accuses one of the candidates, and actually says in that release that he is being relieved of his duty as High Commissioner because of almost something that is yet to be investigated. Then the majority caucus issues a statement to say that must be annulled. I'm wondering what is happening.
But are they not all after one thing?
No, they are not. See, it's confusion. Now, if the investigation is conducted and it is proven that the man, Baba Jamal, who the president as his High Commissioner to Nigeria, is not guilty of the allegation that he had not been involved in any of such thing, what will become of the president's record?
But he himself has confirmed on interview that well, he gives gifts to people all the time. So
no,
there's no difference.
There's a difference between giving gifts. What are they going to investigate? They are going to investigate using money and things to influence, which is a breach of law. That's what is going to be investigated, not what he said that he had given gifts.
Okay.
2, he is not the only appointee of the president. Some of the other candidates are appointees of the president. They have also been accused. Why is the president not relieving them of their positions? Are you getting the drift of my point about the confusion? Then you talk about the majority caucus. And then now, the majority caucus, led by Mahama Yarga, issues a statement saying that it should be annulled well ahead of investigations. You see, and it is characteristic of what President Mahama did when he was president-elect, that without any authority whatsoever, he set up a so-called URA. It's eating them up now. You see where it's taking us? At the time when we condemned it, that look, take your time. Festina lente, hasten slowly. Because hasty climbers will always have a sudden fall. I don't like what is happening. And I don't think anybody in NDC, the government and parliament, majority side should be happy. The confusion is just too much. They should take their time. You cannot fight wrong the wrong way. You cannot use wrong processes and wrong means to arrive at a good point. Something has gone on. We are not happy about it. Let us take our time, investigate the matter, come to the bottom of it, and apply appropriate and necessary sanctions. To be jumping about, Parliament saying this, party saying that, and some of the conspiracy theories that have come up. I hope you've heard some of them. I'm not going to say any of them here because I don't want to dignify that. But you give rise to these things to be said. I don't think I am happy with the way we're doing our politics in the country. Values, principles are giving way to personalities, pockets, and, if you like, anything you can do to win elections. But if elections are supposed to be a means of securing the mandate and the trust of the people, to put us in a position where we will lead in organizing the energies, the intellect, the resources of the nation together to work in building a country we want, that will satisfy all of us, that no Ghanaian should be in the basic need of life, food, shelter, employment, clothing, that anybody who wants to aspire in education can aspire to the highest without financial encumbrances. If that is what we want, we better change. We better change, because the way we are going about it, we are pushing ourselves gradually, inch by inch, into a chaotic system that no one can stand.
But at least the committee the NDC has put together is a good move to investigate this and make sure we get to the bottom of the matter. The OSP also says it is investigating it.
You see, the OSP, the least said about it, the better. I'm telling you that what the party is saying, what the presidency has done, what the majority, it doesn't show seriousness. It doesn't show finesse. It doesn't show coordination. It doesn't show organization.
The guy has been sacked.
Who has been sacked?
Baba Jamal.
He has been sacked.
Yeah, he's been recalled from
That's what I'm saying. And the basis for the recall is an allegation that is yet to be investigated. Okay. What is the president doing? I mean, and I'm saying that it's not just Baba Jamal, who is an appointee of President Mahama. There are other members, the other candidates are also serving on boards and other things. Yeah. Why has he kept them there? Why has he left them? Or they are innocent of the allegations of, what do you call it, vote buying or vote whatever, which Baba Jamal denies. Did you read his response? He denies what the presidency based the recall on.
Yeah.
And you have set up a committee to investigate. Ayariga has been replaced because of the, what do you call it? The conflict of interest that arose because his caucus had already pronounced on the matter. Why do you get yourself in this quagmire, this confusion? At least coordination. And you see, one thing I want to say.
When you say Ayariga has been replaced as what?
Oh, a member of the committee that was set up to investigate the matter.
Okay.
They've asked Inus Afuseni, Sinenus Afuseni, a former member of parliament, to now go and replace him. And I'm saying that a little patience and proper coordination, organization amongst these three bodies, the presidency, the party that gave birth to the president or sponsored his ticket, and then the caucus of that party in parliament, if they had coordinated and shown leadership a bit, it would be needless. Okay. It won't happen.
Let's pray.